Don't just set a goal. Grow into the kind of person who can achieve it. Let's start with a question. Are you growing? Not just moving, but growing. See, most people live in a constant rush. They're busy. They're checking boxes, running toward goals, running toward money, running toward results. But here's what I discovered. If you chase goals without growing, you may reach them, but you won't keep them. That's the tragedy. You can hustle and grind, and you might even get lucky. But without personal development, success is short-lived. It slips through your fingers like sand. Let me give you the truth. Success is something you attract by the person you become. It's not magic. It's not mystery. It's growth. So the real focus shouldn't just be on what you're trying to get. It should be on who you're trying to become. Because goals are external. Growth is internal. Goals are about results. Growth is about capacity. You can't grow a big life in a small mindset. You can't build a strong future with weak habits. That's why today I want to take you on a journey. Not toward the next milestone, but toward the next version of yourself. Let's set aside the pressure to achieve for just a moment. Let's talk about something more important. Make time for growth, not just goals. Growth is quiet. It happens in the early mornings, in the books no one sees you reading, in the moments of honesty when you ask, am I doing my best? Growth is often invisible, but it's what makes success inevitable. So in this message, we'll explore 5 powerful shifts, not quick hacks, not shortcuts, but principles that work if you do. Because at the end of the day, success doesn't come from wishing. It comes from working on yourself. Let's begin. Let me ask you something. What's more important, what you achieve or who you become in the process? You see, most people start with a goal. I want to make more money. I want to lose weight. I want to be successful. And that's fine. That's where we all start. But here's the mistake: they chase the goal and forget about the person they need to become. They focus so much on the result that they ignore the growth required to sustain it. Now, let me tell you what I learned from years of experience. Success is something you attract by the person you become, not by luck, not by accident, not because someone handed it to you, but because you became the kind of person who could handle it. Goals are powerful. They pull us forward, but they're only half the equation. Let's say your goal is to earn $1 million. That's admirable. That's a strong target. But the real question is, can you become the kind of person who can earn it and keep it? Because you see, if you get lucky and stumble upon it, but you haven't built the mindset, the habits, the disciplines, you'll lose it. That's why people win the lottery and 5 years later, they're broke again. Why? Because they got the goal, but skipped the growth. I'll tell you this, when I was 25, I was broke. And not just broke in my wallet. I was broke in my thinking. I had ambition, but I didn't have philosophy. I didn't understand the value of becoming. Until one day my mentor said to me, if you want to have more, you must become more. That hit me like a lightning bolt. And I realized I had been chasing the result without changing me. So I got to work. Not on the business first, not on the money first, but on myself. I started reading, listening, learning, reflecting. I shifted from asking, what do I want to achieve, to asking, who do I need to become to deserve it? That was the turning point. Here's what's powerful: when you focus on becoming, you naturally begin to achieve more. But it works the other way too. If you focus only on achievement, you may grow tired, stressed, frustrated, because you're trying to force an outcome without having the roots to sustain the result. It's like planting a tree and demanding fruit before the roots grow deep. Doesn't work that way. So here's the ruling: work harder on yourself than you do on your job. Work on your mindset. Work on your attitude. Work on your habits. Because these things don't just help you achieve goals. They make you worthy of the goals. Let me paint a picture for you. Imagine 2 builders. Both have the same goal. Build a tall tower. One starts stacking bricks quickly. He's in a rush, wants results. The other takes more time, lays a deep foundation, measures everything. At first, the fast builder looks like he's winning. But 6 months in, one storm comes and the fast builder's tower collapses. Why? Because he built up without building deep. And that's the same mistake people make with their goals. They build tall dreams on shallow character, and it always collapses. So here's your tasky: build your foundation first. Before the big paycheck, build the discipline. Before the recognition, build the resilience. Before the success, build the strength. The beautiful thing is this: nobody can do your growing for you. But nobody can take it from you either. Skills, wisdom, character, they stay with you. The market may crash. The job may end, people may walk away. But who you've become, that stays. So make the decision: don't just chase. Transform. Don't just hustle. Grow. Because when you grow, success doesn't just visit, it stays. And you don't just reach your goals. You become the kind of person who keeps setting higher ones and reaching them. Success is not to be pursued. It is to be attracted by the person you become. So ask yourself today, am I just achieving, or am I becoming? Let's move forward. Let me share something that changed my life. Success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines practiced every day. That's it. No magic formula. No secret handshake. Just a few simple disciplines. You don't need to do 100 things. You just need to do a few right things. And you need to do them consistently. Here's what I've learned. Every day, you're building your future. Brick by brick, step by step, and the tools you use, your habits. See, we don't decide our future in one big moment. We decide it by the small things we do, over and over again. So the question isn't, where will I be 5 years from now? The real question is you. What am I doing every single day that's taking me there? Because 5 years from now, you will arrive. The only question is where. Let's start with how you begin your day. When you wake up in the morning, what's your first action? Do you hit snoozing or hit the ground running? Do you scroll your phone up or pick up a book? Do you react to the world or create your own rhythm? Because how you start the day often determines how the rest of the day will go. Either you run the day or the day runs you. Successful people understand this. They protect their mornings like gold. They use it to read, to plan, to reflect, to prepare themselves mentally, emotionally, and spiritually for the day ahead. It's not about being perfect. It's about being intentional. Here's a secret if you want to earn more, learn more. Simple. Don't just go through the day. Get from the day. And the way to do that is by feeding your mind. Read 10 pages of a good book. Listen to a powerful audio program. Watch something that stretches your thinking. And do it daily. Miss a meal, but not your reading. That's what I did. When I was broke, I didn't have much. But I could find a book. I could listen to a mentor. And those ideas started changing me from the inside out. Remember, success is not something you chase. It's something you attract by who you become. And the way you become more is by learning more. This one's tough, but it's critical. Discipline is doing what you said you'd do, even when the feeling you had when you said it is gone. It's going to the gym when you don't feel like it. Making the call when you're tired. Writing the plan when you'd rather relax. Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. A few errors in judgment repeated every day, and you're headed for disaster. But a few simple disciplines and you're headed for success. You don't need to do everything today, but do something, even if it's small, because success is not one massive leap. It's a series of small, right choices made daily. Don't let the day end without asking yourself, what did I learn today? What did I do well? What can I improve tomorrow? This habit alone, reviewing your day, can set you apart. Most people go to bed and forget the day. But if you take just 10 minutes to review, you'll start seeing patterns. You'll spot your progress. You'll catch your mistakes. You'll refine your direction. And here's the magic. When you reflect, you grow. Now, don't try to change everything at once. Start small. Start with one habit, then build another and another. Stack them. And over time, those small changes become massive results. Because here's the truth, success is neither magical nor mysterious. Success is the natural consequence of consistently applying the fundamentals. Let me ask you with a question. Are your habits today aligned with the future you want? If not, change them. Not all at once, but intentionally, deliberately, because you don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems, your routines, your habits. So today, deciding what one habit can I start? What one routine can I improve? What one discipline can I strengthen? Then do it again tomorrow and the next day until success becomes your lifestyle. Let's continue this journey. Let me ask you something important. Don't wish it were easier. Wish you were better. It's a quote that changed my life. And if you really take it to heart, it'll change yours too. See, most people run from discomfort. They avoid it like it's the enemy. But what they don't understand is this. Discomfort isn't your enemy. It's your invitation. It's the signal that says, hey, you're getting stronger. If everything in your life feels easy, chances are you're not growing. And if you're not growing, you're slowly falling behind. We all love comfort, a warm bed, a predictable routine, a familiar setting. But here's the truth. Comfort is a beautiful place, but nothing ever grows there. Growth begins at the edge of your comfort, just beyond what's easy, just beyond what's familiar. The ultra successful, they're not the ones who avoid discomfort. They're the ones who seek it. They've trained themselves to see discomfort not as pain, but as progress. They step into hard conversations. They tackle challenging goals. They wake up early. They stay late. They do what most people won't do. And that's why they have what most people don't. Think about going to the gym. You lift the weight and it's heavy. It burns. It stretches you. But that resistance, that discomfort, that's how the muscle grows. It's the same with life. You face a difficult task. It builds resilience. You feel uncertain. It builds courage. You experience failure. It builds wisdom. For things to change, you have to change. For things to get better, you have to get better. Discomfort is the workout. Growth is the reward. Now listen carefully, discomfort isn't the problem. Your relationship with discomfort is. See, most people think, if it's uncomfortable, I must be doing something wrong. If it's hard, maybe I'm not cut out for it. If I'm scared, maybe I should stop. Or wrong. Let me give you a new thought. If it's uncomfortable, I'm in the right place. If it's scary, that's where the breakthrough is. If it's hard, I'm getting stronger. When you reframe the pain, the discomfort becomes your coach. It becomes your classroom. Next time you're tempted to pull back, to quit early, to delay that tough decision, to skip the task that stretches you, pause. And ask yourself, is this discomfort pushing me toward my better self? Because if the answer is yes, then don't run from it. Lean in. Learn to work harder on yourself than you do on your job. That work is uncomfortable, but it's worth it. Face your fears. Tackle your weaknesses. Try something new. Because everything you want, everything you dream of, it's sitting on the other side of your comfort zone. The amazing thing is, discomfort can actually guide you. When you're deciding what to do next, what goal to chase it, what skill to build it, what risk to take it, ask yourself, what am I avoiding because it's uncomfortable? Because that's probably the exact thing you need to do. Discomfort is not just a signal of growth. Sometimes it's the very compass that points to your next level. Follow it. Not blindly, but bravely. Here's something else to remember. The discomfort is temporary, but the growth is permanent. Waking up early hurts, but having a productive day feels great. Saving money is uncomfortable, but having financial peace is freedom. Having that difficult conversation may be scary, but living with clarity is powerful. Temporary pain, lasting reward. That's the exchange. And the ultra successful, they've made peace with that. They choose the discomfort of growth over the comfort of mediocrity. Every single day, you don't need to do everything at once. Just start stacking small, uncomfortable actions. Have that honest talk. Set that boundary. Learn that new skill. Say no to the easy way. Say yes to the harder but better road. And do it again tomorrow. Little by little, discomfort becomes normal. Then it becomes empowering. Then it becomes part of your identity. You start advancing. So let me ask you, where are you playing too small? Where are you holding back because it's uncomfortable? What if you leaned in instead of pulling away? What if just for today you setting, discomfort is my ally. Pain is progress in disguise. Growth is worth the price. Because the truth is, if you want a bigger life, you must be willing to do the hard things. If you want more, you must become more. And that journey always starts in the growth zone. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you learned something that truly changed you? Not just entertained you. Not just gave you information, but transformed how you think, how you see the world, how you operate each day. That, my friend, is what self-education is all about. Most people think learning ends when school ends. They think education is a desk, a test, a diploma. But real learning, the kind that makes you wise, sharp, capable, that begins when school is over. That begins when you take control of your own growth. Formal education makes a living. Self-education builds a life. You see, there are two educations in life. The one you get from others, teachers, professors, textbooks, and the one you give yourself, books you choose, thoughts you examine, lessons you live through. Let's make it simple. Formal education will make you a living. Self-education will make you a fortune. And I'm not just talking about money. I'm talking about a rich life, a rich mind, a rich heart, a rich spirit. That's what daily learning builds. The problem is most people won't do it because daily learning is quiet. It's unglamorous. It doesn't show results overnight, but those who commit to it, those who see every day as a classroom, they become unstoppable. Let me give you something practical. You don't need to lock yourself in a library for 5 hours. You don't need to get another degree or certification. All you need is a daily habit of learning. 10 pages a day. One idea. One principle. One truth that feeds your mind. And here's what happens. That small habit, compounded over time, becomes a mountain of wisdom. While others are coasting through life, you're sharpening your edge. While others are entertained, you're evolving. Because growth is never neutral. You're either moving forward or falling behind. Let's talk about books for a minute. Do you know what's amazing? You can hold in your hands the thinking of a man who lived 2,000 years ago. You can learn from their triumphs. You can avoid their mistakes, and you can borrow their wisdom without paying the price they did. That's powerful. And here's what I've learned. You can change your whole life with one good book. Sometimes all it takes is one sentence, one paragraph that strikes your heart, one idea that opens your eyes. Books are the mentors who never sleep. They're always available. Always ready. But you have to choose them. You have to show up. Now let me say something important. Self-education isn't about becoming a trivia expert. It's not about knowing more. It's about becoming more. Don't read just to impress. Don't study just to collect facts. Study to change. Study so that your actions improve. So your decisions are wiser. So your vision becomes clearer. Because knowledge isn't power. It's only potential power. Applied knowledge, that's where the real power lies. If you're serious about growing daily, here are some tools I recommend. Don't read everything. Read what matters. Build a list of books that shape your character, develop your skills, expand your mind. Keep a notebook just for growth. Write down key takeaways. Reflect. Ask yourself, how can I apply this? Turn idle time into learning time. While you walk, drive, or cook, feed your mind. Learn from those ahead of you, in books, in business, in life. Observe how they think, how they speak, how they solve problems. When you teach, you clarify. Share insights with your friends, your family, your team. If you can teach it, you own it. These tools are simple, but they work. If you work them, the world is moving fast. Technology, economy, culture, everything's shifting. If you don't keep learning, you fall behind. But if you make learning your daily discipline, you stay sharp, you stay adaptable, you stay relevant. And more than that, you stay confident. Confidence doesn't come from having all the answers. It comes from knowing you can figure things out because you've trained yourself to learn. That's powerful. Let me give you one more picture. Think of your mind like a garden. What you plant grows. If you plant wisdom, insight, truth, you'll grow strength, clarity, and direction. But if you let weeds grow, if you feed it junk, gossip, mindless content, don't be surprised when confusion sets in. So here's the rule: guard your garden. Water it daily. Pull out the weeds. Plant something worthwhile every morning. Over time, that garden will bear fruit. Fruit that changes not only your life, but the lives of those around you. The purpose of learning is not just to get smarter. It's to become wiser, more capable, more useful, more fulfilled. You're not just chasing achievement. You're pursuing growth. You're not just climbing the ladder. You're becoming the kind of person who can build the ladder. Because at the end of the day, the real value in life is not what you get. It's what you become. And self-education, that's the tool that shapes who you become. So don't skip the books. Don't skip the quiet thinking. Don't skip the reflection. Make time for learning. Make time for you. Because every day you grow, you move one step closer to the best version of yourself. Let me begin with a simple idea. Growth is not an event. It's a process. It's not something you do once, check the box, and move on. Growth is ongoing. It's the rhythm of a thoughtful life, a life of purpose, a life of meaning. And if you want to live that kind of life, you must learn to do three things. Over and over again, reflect, refine, and repeat. It's a simple cycle, but it's where the magic happens. Let me explain. At the end of every day, ask yourself, what did I learn today? What did I do well? What could I have done better? That's reflection. Reflection is how we extract wisdom from experience. Without it, life becomes noise, busy, chaotic. But when you pause, when you sit quietly with your day, the lessons appear. Don't just let the day pass. Let the day teach you. Let your mistakes speak. Let your victories remind you. Let your conversations replay in your mind. Reflection gives experience its value. You can live 10 years and not grow an inch if you never reflect. Or you can live 1 year and learn more than most people do in a decade. Because it's not the time that counts. It's the attention you give to the time. One of the most powerful tools I've used in my life is a journal. It's not just a place for words. It's a place for wisdom. Your own wisdom. Write down what you learned. Write down what you felt. Write down what mattered. Because the faintest ink is better than the strongest memory. You may think you'll remember. You won't. Life moves fast. Lessons fade. But when you write it down, you freeze a moment. You capture a lesson. You give your future self a gift. That's the power of reflection through journaling. Now, once you reflect, you refine. This is where the progress happens. Look at your habits. Look at your results. Look at your mindset. Ask yourself, what can I tweak? What needs more discipline? What can I stop doing altogether? Because if you want to grow, you've got to make adjustments. You've got to update your system, your thinking, your actions, your strategies. Don't wish it was easier. Wish you were better. But don't stop at wishing. Work to be better. Learn from yesterday, improve today, and prepare for a stronger tomorrow. That's refinement. Now here's the final piece. Repeat the process. Do it again and again and again. Day after day, week after week, month after month. Because repetition is what builds consistency, and consistency is what builds mastery. Success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines, practiced every day. So reflect each evening, refine each morning, then step back into the game wiser, sharper, more intentional. Most people never grow because they don't repeat. They try something once, it doesn't work, and they quit. But growth is not a one-time decision. It's a lifestyle. It's the habit of checking in with yourself. It's the mindset that says, I'm not finished. I'm not done. There's more in me. That's the growth mentality. Let me warn you about something. This journey isn't about being perfect. You'll slip up. You'll miss a day. You'll forget to write. You'll make the same mistake twice. That's okay. What matters is that you get back up. What matters is that you stay on the path. Because you're not chasing perfection. You're chasing progress. One step better. One thought deeper, decision wiser. That's how you grow. Not all at once, but day by day, layer by layer, reflection by reflection. Here's something powerful. Self-awareness is the first step to transformation. You can't change what you don't see. You can't fix what you won't face. And the beauty of daily reflection is that it shows you, your patterns, your strength spots. So take time each day to check in, sit quietly, ask real questions, listen for real answers. Because when you understand yourself, you can change yourself. And when you change yourself, you can change your life. You don't arrive at growth. There's no finish line. No grand moment where you say, I'm done. Because life keeps moving. And so must you. You grow today, so you're ready for tomorrow. You reflect today, so you don't repeat yesterday. You refine today, so you live with more clarity, more intention, more excellence. And you repeat it all, not because you have to, but because you want to. Because you understand. The ultimate goal is not what you get. The ultimate goal is who you become. And if who you're becoming matters to you, then this process reflect, refine, repeat. It's not just a habit. It's your way of life. If you apply these, not just listen, but apply, you'll find yourself growing in ways you never imagined. You'll start becoming the person you were meant to be. One day at a time, one choice at a time, one step at a time.